That's exactly how I feel when I think about the word anxiety. Anxiety will cost you a whole lot of things. And I'm here to help because we all go through it. You allow a negative question or a negative statement to cloud your mind whenever those thoughts come in. I know it's easier said than done, trust me. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to put yourself in a position where if it's so easy for you to ask yourself one question, what if it doesn't work out? And then all of a sudden, all of the minions decide to just come and yang, 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 yang at your head. Instead of allowing it to nip and bite at you, sit yourself down. While you're in that state of, sit yourself down and be like, talk out loud. If it's in your head that you're thinking, what if? Say this out loud to counter it, right? There's power in the tongue, isn't it? So you say, but why am I asking what if? Didn't I just do something similar to this last week? And it went well, didn't it? So counter it instead of accepting it. Right? Right. Okay. The next one. I feel like I'm moving very fast. Y'all do. But we move it along. All right. So, how do you break free from overthinking and decision paralysis? Now, forgive me if I pronounce words wrong. I get tongue tied. I'm not a perfect person. Thank you. But anyway, so breaking free from overthinking and decision paralysis. Now, for those who don't know what that decision paralysis is, it's basically having everything that you need to do the task that you want to do, but you're delaying. Delaying because, oh, I don't know if it can come out good, or today it ain't too sunny, or anything else. So I'll give you an example, right? Now, you see this podcast right here? You know God gave me this vision in 2016, and I was supposed to do it in 2016. And look how long 2016 is from 2025. And you know why? Decision paralysis. Yeah. But I'm grateful. I ain't gonna lie. It worked out because there's a whole lot of things that has happened that has shaped me to be who I am today because I couldn't get in front of a camera and talk in 2016. 2016, I would have had the most anxiety to get in front of a camera and talk. It took me a while to get used to that. And I had to learn how to encourage myself. Because I used to, like 2016, I used to write. And I'm used to getting in front of no camera. I didn't like getting in front of people's camera. I used to write everything. And then I had to understand how to translate the writing side of me into speaking, right? So I had to stop myself for a second and be like, you know what? Things keep coming around where people who don't even know me come to me and they're like, do you create content? Do you do videos? Do you do this? Do you do that? And I'm like, I don't have nothing on my page. Why would you come and ask me that? And it's always a thing when your purpose finds you, it can chase you. And you have to surrender to it. And I know it's definitely off topic, but I'm just saying, decision paralysis will cause you to be in a position where you delay and delay and delay. But the good thing about it is you have to allow purpose to take control, right? You have to allow purpose to be fulfilled. And that's what happened, and this is where I am today. Because purpose found me. So that's why it's important to look for your purpose, search for your purpose, pray about it, and find it. Because decision paralysis will put you in a place of procrastination. It will put you in a place where you delay your blessings. It will put you in a place where sometimes your gifts will be deferred. It will be deferred, and then you get pushed back. Some certain opportunities that you're supposed to have, it would, be pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. And then you put yourself in a position where it's like, oh, nothing working out for me. No, because you did not do the work in that moment to build the thing that would have or build the resume you needed or the CV you needed to get to that place a lot quicker. You in a position now where you hiding. Nobody's going to see you if you're hiding. So don't let decision paralysis tear you up. That was just to give you a little breakdown, but I end up rambling. Y'all know how I go, so it is what it is. But yes, back to the question. How do you break free from overthinking and decision paralysis? And that's essentially answered my question. But there's another thing I want to add to that. Overthinking is basically questioning yourself on something that you know. Questioning yourself on something that you can obviously see. And that comes and stems back to the very factor, doubt. Overthinking and doubt are connected. And if you have doubts about something, you start to overthink it. And then sometimes overthinking, ain't no lie, overthinking is a bunch of just a misuse of words, honestly. Misuse of question marks. Because why are you in a position where you overthinking everything and you're putting yourself in a thing where, like, in this box of, oh, but why it went this way? Why this person say that, Dan? If it's so good, why this person's face was fixed like that? If it's so good, why this went this direction? You understand me? And you put yourself in this thing now where nothing looks good. Nothing will ever be good enough to you. Because you overthink every little thing when you have no reason to overthink it. Overthinking is just an action that is just like a waste of time. And if you keep putting yourself in a position where you nitpick everything and you don't consider, like, you know what? I have to let things flow organically because maybe that's the leading of God. You never know. Sometimes things have to happen in a certain way because it's actually planting the seed that needs to be planted. And then this is another thing. Sometimes you really have to push for things to flow organically. And yes, it's okay to plan and it's okay to have some sort of structure. But don't always stick to structures all the time unless it's completely needed. Because letting things flow organically is what allows you to be in a position where things could come to light, where passion can be continuously flowing, where ideas can continuously flow. There's a whole lot of people that actually created things that were not intended to be created. There's artists that wanted to paint something a certain way, and then they end up spilling some paint on something they're supposed to spill it on, and then wow, a new idea was born. And then now they can sell it for millions and millions of dollars. So you have to realize that sometimes with things that you think are mistakes and things that you overthinking is actually by design. It's something that is supposed to happen. So don't allow yourself to be in a position where you overthink everything. Give yourself that grace and that mind and grow this mindset of, yes, I'm going to plan this and I'm going to structure my day like this and I'm going to do that. But if I only get 2 things done today, that's just fine. Because guess what? I can't say there's always tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes and we are blessed with another day, I can say, yeah, I did that. And I didn't do that yesterday. But something happened yesterday that caused me to want to rethink what I didn't do yesterday, the task I didn't complete yesterday. I can get to take that idea that I got Just randomly walking on the street and seeing something, or just randomly having a conversation with somebody about it. And then they give me this idea that will actually cause it to be more effective when I do it tomorrow. You see how that works? So do not put yourself in overthinking and all of that, because guess what? You can continuously be in a space where you delay. See how delay coming back? You see how everything coming back? Okay. I just want y'all keep tracking with me, okay? I got it. All right. So now this is something that I'm realizing in this day and age. Oh my God. I wish we would go back to the times we would climb trees and not have cell phones and social media. Cause yeah. So the impact of social media on anxiety and self-worth. All right. We have gotten into this thing where if we post a picture and it don't get more than what 100 likes, we want to take it down. And if it don't get no likes, we definitely take it down. That's, I ain't gonna lie, I do it sometimes. I guilty of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it was then this thought like, that picture wasn't good enough for you. I must have gotta, look at this person page and this person page with how much ever odd likes, and see what I gotta do to get one like on my picture, and get a like on my TikTok, and get a like on my what's the other thing you always use now? Get another like on my tweet or something of the sort. Well, it ain't tweet no more, is it? But anyway, so like you put yourself in this position where you compare yourself, right? So now nothing is original anymore. Everybody wants to fit in. Everybody feels like, oh, this person has this much followers and this person is like, looks this way and all that kind of stuff. And then now you're in a place where you're comparing yourself. You don't feel like you look good anymore. You don't feel like, your features stand out anymore. You don't feel like your size is appealing to a certain type of, type that you into or something of the sort. You feel like, oh, I can't be an influencer because the influencers look like this and the influencers are doing that. And then you think about, oh, the influencers are making this amount of money, let me go and do that. Y'all don't know the story behind their story. They ain't gonna show you the fact that they be posting a whole lot of things and doing a whole lot of things and not making money off of them posts. All kind of different things can happen. And when you're there comparing yourself and comparing journeys and all of that and wanting something that is not yours, wanting something that you don't even know how they got, you put yourself into a position where you question your character and want to change it. You question your looks and you want to change it. You question your ability to do something and want to change it. Yeah? Allow yourself to be inspired by certain stories and not change your whole entire being for somebody or for a few likes or to look good or fit in a certain girl group or guy group or fit into a certain social group. This life is not about fitting in. This life is about standing out. And not to say stand out to feel like you're better than people, standing out in terms of individuality. Everybody, yes, we're similar. We're human beings. We all, I don't want to say that, but that's very TMI. We all go to the bathroom. We all number 1 and 2. We all eat. We all, sleep. We all do the same things. We're all human beings. But what makes us unique is personalities and our characters and our values. At the end of the day, we cannot be the same. We will never be the same. We may try, but we'll be miserable doing it. Can't live like that. It's never going to happen. It's never going to satisfy you. It's never going to put you in a position where you feel like, oh, I am one of the tops. I'm one of the, the it girls. I'm one of the guys with this and that and the third. Ugh, ew, that's boring. Stop comparing yourself and start to use socials in a way where you want inspiration. Pinterest, for example. I create custom gifts, right? But I don't make everything exactly the same. When I search for ideas on Pinterest, I just search for ideas. But when I search for ideas, I flip the script. I'm like, okay, I like that idea, but I think it can be tweaked like this. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it like that. So you think about life like this. This is the slate, right? What am I going to build on this slate? What am I going to write? What am I going to create? What is going to, be that thing that I am known for? When they see it, they know me. Nobody writes exactly the same, and people can forge signatures and all kind of stuff. But they can never get things exactly the same. Nobody can do something exactly like somebody else. It will never be the same. There gotta be something even minor, minuscule, but it's never gonna be exactly the same. That's just the same way. All our fingerprints are never the same. Everybody's fingerprint is different, right? All these different things, we may look similar. Like I say, we may look similar, but we all have something that makes us different from each other. We're not supposed to be identical. All right. So, let me give y'all a few coping strategies to deal with anxiety. So, one of the things I have started to do, especially when I feel like I wake up and I'm like, I feel very sluggish, very luggy, very ugh. I get up, and as much as I don't want to even talk to myself, I'm not a morning person, I can admit that. I don't like it, but I have to like it. I tell myself, I have to like it. This is something I pray for. I have a job now that I'm very happy about. I have to like it. I have to get up and be grateful that I have something. Somebody else out here getting up trying to apply for jobs and they're looking like a crazy mess, but they trying. Different people have different journeys. So when I get up and I feel sluggish and I feel ew, I'd be like, you know what? Sorry. I'm like, I'm gonna have a good day. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out. Just like yesterday, I got up, I went out, I did all the stuff I had to do. Maybe some hiccups here and there, but I made it home in one piece. I'm good. God gave me another day. What am I gonna do with it? How am I gonna be my best self? How am I gonna give back to the kingdom? How am I gonna do all of the things that I need to do and fulfill my purpose in this life? By telling myself that is going to happen. By telling myself that all things will work out. And by telling myself that I don't know everything. I don't know what the future holds. However, come on. However, I know for a fact that it will happen because I declared it. I said it with my words. See how that come back around? I may think and feel one way, but I'm going to tell my body, tell my mind, tell this vessel that God gave me and that God allowed to get up and rise up and have breath in, that it's going to happen. You have to command positive things into your life. So when you wake up feeling groggy and ew, you can tell yourself, hey, you got up. Be grateful for another day. Be happy for another day. Everything is going to work out. And even though it may be hard sometimes, you will overcome. It's going to happen. And smile because it's going to happen. When somebody try you and you're ready to cuss them or dirty and stink, it's going to happen. Oh, you have a great day, my dear. Have a great day, sir. It's all gonna work out. It's all gonna make sense. And if mistakes happen, it happened. So be it. If detrimental things happen, they're gonna happen. You can't run from it. So be it. It can get fixed. One way or the other, it can get fixed. Oh, okay. So, one of the things that I started to think about when it comes to the things that I was anxious about or overcome in my adult stage, at least, was how it manifested itself from childhood days. So I'll give you an example. I recently just started driving. I'm 29 years old, almost 30. And I just started to drive. Don't judge me, judge your mom. But I actually realized that I had a deep sense of fear towards driving because I actually got curious when I was 7 and wanted to see how the car move. How exactly, I just see my mommy, moving the thing shifting gears and thing. I want to see how it work when I touch it. What's gonna happen? How to start the car? How to do that? So I didn't start the car because I know if I start the car would would move. But I didn't know that when I moved the gears, it would move regardless. So I put it in reverse and sure did reverse. And I was like, ooh, wait a minute, did it just move? And I put it back so fast. And my mommy not cuss words, but cuss me out. She was like, Shut up, why would you do that? I'm like, I just wanted to know. So now ever since that, and they were like, no, you're too young. You're too young to learn how to drive. And then when you get older, and all of that. So automatically, my brain shut off because I'm like, okay, that was a horrible experience. I shut down. I just never want to drive again. And then there was a few more experiences that happened that solidified me never wanting to drive. I don't know what. So I'm just like, So I internalized it. I lived that life where I knew I wanted to drive. I knew I had to drive. But I just was like, I'm going to find different ways to get around not driving to satisfy the fear in me about getting around the steering wheel. I was feeding fear. I was giving it its comfort and its rest to just live inside of me and just give me that oof. Instead of facing it and taking my time and giving myself grace and encouraging myself every single time, I made a move towards it. So you live in this sense of something that was traumatic for you and gives you the anxiety because you remember what it's like to feel pain. Remember what it's like to feel that danger. Remember what it's like to feel that insecurity, that unsureness. Because you know what that feels like, you want to run away from it. And that is causing you to have this constant cycle and this constant circle where, oh, I'm anxious. Maybe this will help me not to. But when you realize you need to face it, you get anxious even more, right? So the best way to handle a traumatic experience from your childhood is to face it. You have to heal it. You have to heal that inner child. And you have to take care of it by facing every single fear. I'm not saying to do it all in one jump. Don't do it all in one go. Take it one day at a time. You're only one person. You know what I mean? And you only have one life too. So take that and bask in that and push through it. And what did it say? Do it scared, eh? Do it scared. On that note, I leave y'all because I don't chat my big mouth to this point. But thank y'all for watching the first episode of Narrative. See y'all in the next one.